Hey, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Machar, Kodash. I want to say give double honor to our apostles slash elders, which are GMS, and blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching and doing true sincerity. This lesson isn't in transit. It's a real quick hit, you know what I'm saying? Real quick hit. Reason why I did it in transit because it was hot on my spirit. And it's things going on around, Israel and just within the Most High's process. And I will name this lesson like death of worldly friends or close deaths within Israel. And what I mean by close deaths is you got close friends, you got internal family, which is your father, mother, siblings, sister, brother, or close cousins. You got close friends. In actuality, this is a lot that's going on from what I notice on my end, other brothers' ends. And I just, I hope I ain't overstepping boundaries, but I definitely wanted to speak on it. I think it's something definitely important to go over, at this point in time. Whereas you have a death in the family and then they're not a part of the ministry. What do you do then? To empathize and to admonish. The admonishment part comes first, because now the empathy, dealing with the empathy, I go back and forth actually, starting off with empathy. You have a death in the family. The scriptures tell you, you got, 7 days, you know what I'm saying? The scriptures speak about having 7 days to mourn. It also shows you that when David, with his son, him losing his son, he prayed and he mourned, you know what I'm saying, for that. And he also mourned for Absalom, Absalom was considered a 2/3, the way he treated David and the way he treated the anointed, which is David, and his basic reaction to it, it got to the point that someone had to tell him, look, you got to get up from mourning because somebody think that you were with him. You see, and that's the conflict that we come across. The scriptures say the spirit warreth against the flesh, right? So when we got worldly people that die, we'll be out there on the highway saying, death to the 2/3, death to Esau, death to this and death to that. And we forget that our family members are at times 2/3, a lot of the times, right? And you kind of getting into this respect to persons deal, and you have to, the spirit warfare against the flesh. You have to stay spiritual. A 2/3 that's in a world that you don't know, we'll scream and say, death unto them and blah, blah, blah. And then we'll have a 2/3 of our family and you're we're sending up pictures, and I've done the same, you know what I'm saying? I don't memorialize them. I don't put a lot of pictures up as far as, continuous. If that situation happened, I'll say my rest in peace type of deal and blah, blah, blah. So I say that to say this, is that where's the balance? Where's the balance into, cursing a nigga out, from a homosexual to a Christian and to anybody that's against or not rolling with the will of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference when they respect it, difference when they don't, And I'm speaking this from experience. I had a cousin, he was a 2/3. My mother, she was a Christian or a Baptist. She kind of started weaning over to the things I believed in, or I would say the truth, and she was asking questions, things like that. But she passed, and then you got, I had a friend that recently passed, and things like that. And the first time I've dealt with death in the ministry with somebody else close was my cousin. My cousin was, in the world, bugged out, always bugged out. You know what I'm saying? But, him raising me from, when I was younger, being older, he was close. So when that happened, I still felt I still had an effect on me. You know what I'm saying? So and I was kind of confused. I'm like, wait, man, you believe in there's a, you believe in there's the spirit world. You believe that 2/3 should be put to death. And the Most High told me, look, don't be no goddamn hypocrite, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be no hypocrite. And this is what it is. Basically, yeah, you feel a certain type of way because that's your relative, that's your flesh, but your spirit knows this is what's supposed to happen. Just the same as my mother. She was God rest her soul. She was eating pork. Doing all kind of abominations, especially with that pork and the shrimp and shit. And those were the causes why she passed away. So, how can you be all affected? How do I deserve a right to be distraught or anything about her passing away when that was one of the cases that it was? You know what I'm saying? So that says what? That this thing is, the spirit is real. People will die. That's a 2/3. One shall be left and one shall be taken up. You know what I'm saying? And just my admonishment to brothers is that, don't have respect to persons. I'm saying this, and this from experience. I'm not saying this because it's not me not going through it and you need to suck it up. Look, man, the scriptures come first. The ministry comes first. If you say you'll lay down your life and you can't get over somebody else's life being laid down, then you're lying. You know what I'm saying? If I'm saying I will lay down my life for the Lord, that means every life outside of that life is not as valuable. Nobody, in our reality, for the most part, your life, you'll treat yourself more valuable. Like the scriptures say, he that is evil to himself, to whom shall he do good? So if you brothers are stricken or conflicted about somebody else dying, how the hell are you going to lay down your life for the Lord? How are you going to do it? If you can't get over somebody else passing away or doing it, and there was a 2/3, how can you fix your mouth to say you'll do anything for the Lord? That means when your life is in danger, you're going to get conflicted about yourself. And guess what? If you're a part of this ministry saying that you're a part of the elect and that you're a prophet, there will be hard times implied. And I say implied because some of us may see the guillotine, but some of us won't. But our faith will be tested to that point that you're going to wonder if living and dying, which one is important. And you're going to have an option from Satan to say you can live if you get the RFID chip. You live if you eat this pork. You live if you do this, and you live if you do that. And if you can't get over someone else's death that deserved the death, how can you get over your own, man? You know what I'm saying? That it's not going to work like that. You can't sit here and say, I can't sit here and say, well, it's my mother, or, well, this is my relative, or, well, this is my close friend, well, this is that. And you got to understand, look, man, fuck all that, man. I understand mourning. I respect mourning. But that's it. That's what it is. And you got to get back on your bike, man. I felt certain ways when people didn't relate to my mourning, because look, man, these, especially brothers, at first I felt like, but nah, that's my situation. You know what I'm saying? As far as, especially with a worldly person, it's like, that's my situation. So that ain't their situation, especially with the mindset and their believing. So on the hard side, for brothers that are into the slack it, for I'm losing train of thought because I'm looking at something. On the hard side, you brothers that are seeing somebody going through things, my admonishment is, give them some words of kindness. Lift that brother up, man. You know what I'm saying? Lift that brother up. Make sure that brother's okay. On the other side, the brother that's on the receiving end that needs that empathy, look, man, you got to get over that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That 2/3, this is the process of the Most High. This is what I had to tell myself. You know what I'm saying? You have to brush that off. And you got to do what the ministry is important. And if a person doesn't empathize with you, then so what? So be it. That's your situation. You know what I'm saying? But, as brothers, we should empathize and show, lift the brother up. You know what I'm saying? It says exalt one another daily. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, especially with death, some people don't know how to convey their condolences, even if it's not a full one, to say, look, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. It really don't affect me, but I'm sorry that you had to go through that. And to express that is hard. I understand. But at the end of the day, the brother deserves empathy, but not an exaggerated, draggy amount. And the brother that's going through the situation, look, you got to understand that especially if it's a 2/3, even if it's your parent, man, the Most High ain't showing no mercy on nobody, man. That's why it says old and young, women and children, you know? And we read that, we get on the highways and tell everybody else that, but then when it hits home, you can't bitch up. Or else you're going to be showing respect to persons and being a hypocrite, So, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping this is edifying. I'm pretty sure it does, because I think it's going to be a whole lot more deaths in the families. I'm sure it's going to be a whole lot more close deaths. And it's really going to show where you're really at as a man of the Lord. Do you really believe in the word of God, the word of the Most High and the Son, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai? Or are you an emotional person that just gravitated to the truth because it was a personal connection that you did? A nigga woman did you wrong, or Edomite did you wrong, or something that you don't like that happens in the world, and you just got in the truth because of that. You know what I'm saying? Then when something personal happens to you, the Most High takes somebody out of this time because he deemed it judgment. You know what I'm saying? How are you gonna react? This is the Most High's doing. We ain't in control of nothing. So if somebody died being a 2/3 and they're a close relative and I had high hopes for them, there's nothing I can do. Just like a brother falling out of the truth, out of the ministry that I considered to be a brother and I loved and looked up to or whatever. It's the Most High's doing. I have nothing to do. Like I gotta keep order. I gotta man the ship. So whatever next order the Most High gives out, I gotta accomplish that order. So I just put this out there in hopes that brothers will be edified by it through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And I think it's needful to speak on, because some brothers haven't received deaths in their families, so they don't know how to empathize. And some brothers are just, dig into it too much. You know what I'm saying? A death can't do it to you. The flesh will get you emotional and get you and put you in a place where you're open to Satan's dialogue. And this brother don't blase blah, And Satan was telling me, okay, this brother, he ain't your real brother. He ain't willing to sit there and empathize. You know what I'm saying? Then I had to sit back, man, and contemplate, like, nah, man, I reflect on the brother's actions. I reflect on the brother's spirit. You have to find that balance, man. And that's just my balance, Hey, you got a 2/3 death in the family where there was a abominable 2/3, like I had a cousin, and then I had my mother, you know what I'm saying? My mother was trying, but she ain't do enough. Can't say that she was righteous, but she's still my mother. You see what I'm saying? So you have two different instances, and I felt some type of way on both occasions. Of course, a mother being stronger, you know what I'm saying? But the brothers on the outside looking in, I believe, empathy should be there. Man the ship while they're there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that brother is here. Because you can't sit there, it's the scripture say when thou was coming to eat, terror for one for another. A brother might not, mourn the same way you mourn. You know what I'm saying? It might not happen. For me, a death in the family came at a late age, so I wasn't used to it. Some people come from a life where everybody's dying around them constantly, or they seen death and they're just used to it, but everybody handles it differently. But you shouldn't be all wallowing and dragging and, pulling down the camp because of this mood. You know what I'm saying? You're not allowed to do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're dealing with it in a certain way, you know what I'm saying, then you deal with it. Let that brother deal with it. Help him deal with it. Encourage him. Just like Absalom, I keep getting them mixed up. I believe it was Joab, like Joab did David when he told him, look, yo, he said, you know what I'm saying? You got to get up because the people going to think that you were with him. You see? Like, don't mourn too much because people going to think that, wait, you condone that shit? You condone that shit that they was doing? So that's the mindset. That's why you don't want to mourn too long. You shake your dust with a 2/3. You know what I'm saying? Because you're basically saying, I'm representation. I understand what the Most High said. The Lord killeth and he maketh alive. He's going to put 2/3 of death. You say you believe in that. But when you mourn all day about somebody dying because of that, it makes a person question, do you really believe what the Lord said? So, and we have to tell ourselves, yes, get the fuck up, get out of the flesh, and get back to the spirit what the Most High wants you to do and accomplish that goal. So Yahweh Bashim Ashab Bashim Kalkadas Barakathum Akim Asisir Ahaba Thumb Zaquayim double honor side apostles elders with your GMS. Blessed citation, you brothers, that's teaching enduring truth, sincerity, and you women that follow also. Hey, shalom.